Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Jagabin. This is your channel for grace, and we're here tonight to do live readings with you, with me, and with Jason from Ray of Light Tarot. I have a couple of announcements to make, and then we're going to chat a little bit as people start coming in. So those of you guys watching, what's that?
We're gonna have a little host chat,
like
live with Ryan and Kelly. Do a little catch up. Jai and I haven't talked much this week, so we got to catch up, and we'll do it live for you guys.
Yes.
For your entertainment.
Yes, for fun. So the announcements are: if you want to get on the list, there's still space. The way to sign up, the link, it's in the description of this video, but it's basically through PayPal or Cash App. PayPal is nhjost92@gmail.com, and Cash App is double O. Yeah. Then Cash App is the money sign, and then the whole word together, Ray of Light Tarot.
Ray of Light Tarot. Oh, one word, people. And so we've got 5 on the list right now. We've got Stephanie P, Christina G, Valerie S, Lynette S, and Nicole C. So I think, I don't know what you feel like, Jai. I think we can handle another 5 if we want to. So,
no, totally. You guys sign up. Go for it.
Yes, sign up, guys. We love it.
Gangsta Jai, says Leanne. Well, Debbie's here. Valerie, Nicole, Shannon, and Leanne. Hey, guys. What's up? And I'm wearing my new LED hat.
Dude, you guys love that. I got to put a hat on, too. We got to be.
I know, put a hat on. Can you guys see what it says? I feel like you can see right there.
It was hard for me to read it earlier, but it's because the green screen thing.
Subscribe to youtube.com/channel for grace. I got it for Periscope. This is for the Periscope people. I'm wearing it right now because it's way too much fun. There you go.
You look sexy. I'm trying to really make up, guys. I want to make up for being in a drag lately, and not my normal self. So we're gonna bring it. We're bringing sexy.
Let's bring it. Oh, I love this energy. Julie, welcome. Nicole, Stephanie, hello.
It's and that Rebecca. Gemini full moon, yo. That Gemini full moon.
I've been feeling amazing since the full moon. Amazing.
If you have strong Gemini in your chart, you're either going to feel super amazing right now or super low, one or the other. There's not going to be any middle of the road.
Sometimes the Gemini moons don't always feel good for me.
Well, it depends on where you're at, like where you are personally, but because of if you have Gemini in your chart, strong placement, you're going to feel it. Like I said, it's not going to be anything in between. It's going to be one extreme or the other for Geminis, guys. And I'm sure anyone can attest.
Hey, Angel Rodriguez. Welcome
let me get Angel to the list. So, guys, first on the list.
Hello.
First on the list is my dear friend, Angel R. I got to catch up with Angel tonight. He called me out of the blue, and this is a really good friend of mine, kind of a soulmate connection, someone very special to me. And I just wanted to let everyone know to send good, happy, high vibes this holiday season to my friend Angel. And I hope you guys are all fortunate enough to have
him. And thanks for being here. And Debbie, hello. And V. Williams, good evening. So cool, you guys. So the couple announcements I just wanted to get through before we do a little chit chat is if you guys want to sign up, we're still doing the holiday reading. I do an astrology chart, natal chart reading, and Jason does the map of destiny reading for you. That's still going on until the end of December. So sign up. It's $180, and I mean all the information is in the description. I don't even want to say the wrong thing. So you just look down there if you want to sign up for one of those. They're amazing.
The main thing they need to know is it's $180 US. Anytime between now and December 31st, you can sign up. And we will get in touch with you to schedule the actual reading. We do it live, and then you'll have a recorded version to watch the replay because it's so intense and so much info about your path. You're going to want to watch it more than once. And I think you will love it. It's worth every cent, guys. Super worth it.
Yeah, no, I love doing them. I really do.
I do too. We have such a great connection intuitively when we do those, Jai. And it's amazing the things that come up in both sides. She does that astrology side and I do the cards. And intuitively, things that tend to come up, it's just so crazy how they match. They just really connect, and you're gonna love it. If you anyone who is here who's had that reading done by us can attest to it, and feel free to.
There's been a lot of people. Teresa, hello, welcome in. So we're also doing a cleanse, you guys. It starts on January 1st for the New Year's. We're gonna do another round of the 40-day cleanse. We just love doing. Jason and I just love doing it over and over.
I got so carried away last year doing it, the first 2 that I did, or 3, that I lost almost too much weight. I got really like I went overboard, guys. This is a great time though. New Year's Day, everybody has New Year's resolutions. This is one that I can tell you for the first 40 days of the new year, you're going to keep this one, and it's going to set you on the right path for 2020, right? Like this is a great way to get motivated with the support of other people who are also on the same track as you, high vibing it. And we're going to all be there supporting each other. It's such a great time doing this when you have the support of other people. Don't you think, Jai? That really is what makes
totally.
it.
That's what it is. We've got Shannon signed up. So
I'm so excited,
really excited that Shannon's doing it. So
yeah, guys, Shannon was in our Finding the Magic Playground course, the 6-week course that Jai and I just wrapped up. That was so exciting and awesome. And Shannon, thank you for joining, and thank yourself. It's going to be so awesome. Anyone else who was in that group, come do it with us. 40 days that are going to change your life. Seriously.
Yeah, totally. Valerie, you definitely want to get the 40-day, because after the 10 days, you're going to want to have enough for 40 days.
Yeah, right.
That's just like 10 days. 10 days is the deep cleanse part of it. But for the rest of the days, you're going to love the shake so much, hey, Wendy, that you're just going to want to have more of them. You're going to end up buying more.
And the 10 days is the intense part. So like that.
Yes, Leanne, she wants to do it.
That's the part you're going to be glad to continue once you've done those 10 days anyway. You're going to want to have done the other 30, because those are so easy compared to the intense part, the 10 days. It's like gliding.
To me, though, the shakes are like, I hate calling them shakes because that's not even what they are. It's just like pure green, amazing superfoods.
To me, it's like a green smoothie.
I love the flavor too. It's just amazing. But anyways, that's happening on January 1st. So you can sign up by going to iShopPurium.com. There's also a video that you can watch, but it's all down below in the description. And then for those ladies,
let me just say this before you get into the women's group. The thing about the 40-day cleanse and the green drink, the Purium drink, the shake, whatever, it is so much more than that. Like Jai said, what it is, it's so amazing. It's high vibrational food. Right. It doesn't just get you physically in shape. It will open you up spiritually. It helps that pineal gland really connect. It's just, the effects are amazing. That's all I can say.
Yeah. There's really, it speaks for itself. I've never sold Purium. I've never sold it. Like people just love it. And
you don't have to sell it, right?
I know, it just sells itself. That's the thing. I never feel like I'm trying to sell it ever.
Yeah, it is. It is a multi-level marketing thing as
Aloha, Angie.
But it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel like you have to sell it, because the only reason I became a brand partner, Jai, was because I was like,
I'm really glad you did, by the way, though.
I know, well, yeah, but I was like, I'm going to keep buying this, so I might as well be a brand partner.
Yeah.
And I haven't really sold.
But you also have, you're also like an influencer in a way. And so it's like, and it's worked out really well for us to do these together. And, so anyways, it's
Jai, don't you guys. And Jai, we'll come back to this, but don't you think, like, the thing is, people, for me, when I do readings, their question is always, after I give them their reading, is always, well, what can I do to raise my vibration? What can I do to help the healing process along? And for me, it's not like a thing you can do except something like Purium. It is. That's something you can literally, a tangible thing you can do that affects mind, body, and spirit in a positive way, times 10. So it's what inspired me to sort of sell it.
You have to get yourself, like, your body clean. It's almost like a lot of us, most of our bodies are like trash cans to us.
Well, Jai,
we don't realize it, but that we're just feeding ourselves trash.
Yeah, unfortunately we are. And the way Jai described it to me when I first started, she was describing it as healing your gut. It's healing your gut. Yeah. Your gut is full of toxins. And when you heal your gut, it actually resets everything. That's what allows your body to then lose weight if it needs to lose weight, gain weight if it needs, like it puts you on the healthy right track so that your body can do what it's supposed to do, which is heal itself.
And the reason why your body heals itself, because you end up giving it the nutrients that it needs to do that.
Yeah.
That's
you replace the crap.
Yeah. The good stuff. Yeah. So that's happening. Make sure you guys check that out. And then the last thing I want to say is, for those ladies that are wanting to join the Moon Goddess training that's going to start on January 23rd, the way to sign up is to send me an email with the answers to the questions that are in the description below. And I think it's like 6 questions. They're really simple. And mostly the questions are, I just want to have an idea of like what's inspiring you to do the training and what you really want to learn from it. It's not like I'm going to turn people away, but I just want to have an idea of like where you're at and what it is that you're really wanting from the 6-week course. And it's only for women. So I'm going to make a video soon about it. Just like an info video for you guys. But yeah. So
I think it's great that you're doing that too, Jai. And the one reason I think it would have been good for us to do that with the Magic Playground is because it's, like you said, it's not to weed people out, but it definitely assists in helping you to plan the course around people where they're at, to sort of get like averages of where your people that are going to be, you know, in this thing, where they're at spiritually, emotionally, and what their knowledge levels are and things like that. So that's a great thing to do that.
And I've never done it that way before, but I feel like it's really important too. And, you know, if I was on your end and like this would be really exciting for me. Like I love telling, you know, my teacher like about myself. And that's what it really is. It's like, you're just telling me a little bit more about yourself, so that we can all be on the same page when we begin the training.
Yeah, as a gay man, I want to clarify one thing though for everybody, because I understand pretty much what this course is about, and I don't want there to be confusion. This course is for women, I think, because not only is it about the divine feminine, but it's about your body specifically too, right? And that relationship, right, Jai?
Yeah. No, there's a whole part of it. Yeah.
So I just want people to understand, absolutely, it's rare, but there are men who are divine feminines, women who are divine masculines in the spiritual sense. And it doesn't have anything to do with your sexuality either. So for example, in my twin soul group, guys, there was about 14 people, 15, I don't remember exactly, but one of the men was a heterosexual man with a twin soul who's a heterosexual woman, but he identified as the divine feminine and her as the divine masculine. And I know there's another person in the outside of our group, Empress of Duality, and Danny that you used to work sometimes with, and so did I, that they consider themselves or are allegedly twin souls, and he considered himself the divine feminine and her the divine masculine, which I think is very interesting. I think I even mentioned to her a while back that I thought that he was a divine feminine, but I thought she was as well. Not the point, but the point is those labels of your spiritual what would the word be? It's not your gender or your sex. It's your how your soul identifies as the energy being the masculine or the feminine. It has nothing to do with your gender, but for what she's doing, it's not just divine feminines, it's women and divine feminines. It's both combined. So that's what's important to understand, guys. Because most people are
distinction to make. Yeah.
And most people, like not generally speaking, 99% of heterosexual men are divine masculines and heterosexual women are divine feminine. It does usually work that way, but ultimately it doesn't have anything to do with that, whether you are or not. You can't assume. Just wanted to clarify that for people, because there's a lot of misunderstanding, I think, about that. Someone was doing a video recently, tarot for twin souls, and they kept saying the divine male and the divine female.
Oh yeah,
nothing. No. There's no such thing as the divine male or divine female. It's masculine or feminine energies, not gender.
It's not. Okay, so there actually, it's funny. We can talk about this a little bit, because I think
it's important.
I think I watched a video too, like not too long ago, and the person was talking about like the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and there's a big difference, because to me, you have divine masculine and divine feminine like up here, and this is like an ascended energy.
Right.
It's like an ascended energy, right? And then you have like your kind of toxic masculinity of society. Right. And like toxic femininity of society. And you have those two things. They're completely different. Like, so when I talk about, if I ever say divine masculine or divine feminine, I'm talking about like goddess,
your
status,
oversoul,
God status. Like this is like someone like Jesus Christ was an example of the divine masculine embodied.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
perfected
it's not just like what men normally do, and that's the divine masculine. That's not what it's totally different. It's an important discussion, or
I think it's important, especially because like for your class that you're about to talk about, I was really, somebody was asking me about it, and that knew I was considered myself the divine feminine when it comes to like my twin soul connection. And I said, yes, if she was just doing a class for the divine feminine, the oversoul, I would be 100% involved and want to be a part of it. But this class is not just that. It's literally about the moon goddess thing and the cycle. It's about its correlation to your body as a female,
as a woman. Yeah, having a woman's body.
And the thing is, I want some people to understand when it comes to divine feminine and the gender and why it's not just your gender. People talk a lot of spiritual leaders and gurus are talking a lot right now about why, like Nicole and Dove from Twin Flame Revolution or Twin Soul Revolution, how they are two females, but one is divine masculine, one is divine feminine. Mm-hmm. And why so many, especially right now, are divine masculines are incarnating in female bodies, and divine feminines are incarnating in male bodies, and they're oftentimes same-sex relationships. And it's because it's the soul progressing and choosing the challenge that comes with that. We're choosing to learn and also to break down societal stereotypes.
Right.
The point of it is for humans to expand and to learn that it's
not just all one way. It can be a different way.
Nicole, who is very masculine in her, like stereotypically masculine in the way she relates in the 3D, she said she believes that because she's the divine masculine, that she has only been a man in her past lives, that she's always only been a man. And that this time, the lifetime where her and her twin soul come back together as one and union and all of this, she believes she's remembering a choice she made to do that, to give herself that experience and that all the hard lessons of learning and healing that would come with the powerlessness, or at least the sense of powerlessness of being totally opposite to what your soul is comfortable and knows. She's just not used to, having been a man so many times in incarnations. This is so opposite to what her spirit is comfortable with.
Do you remember what Dolores Cannon said?
What? I don't remember.
What she says about people that are gay, that are, that they're born and they know their whole lives that they're the other, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That you know what I mean? Because it's not like a learned behavior or like a choice. No. You know what I mean? So like she says that similar to that. And it's so interesting that you mentioned that about Nicole, because Dolores Cannon says that for, when someone, she says that you have to be a male a bunch of times, and then you have to be a female a bunch of times. It doesn't necessarily have an order, but when people have a lot of lifetimes as a male, and then all of a sudden they have their first lifetime as a female, they still carry like the male energy or that masculine energy. And so that's what they're like, that's who they are inside, but they have a body that's of the different sex.
And that has nothing to do with whether you end up being the feminine or masculine oversoul. It's just, you could be either or. Like you could have been a man 20 times, right? And then you come in as a woman and but your behaviors represent more masculine, but you could still be a divine feminine soul who has always chosen to come in and experience it from the masculine perspective. There's no this way only. And Oprah, I remember learning on Oprah that made me feel, when I was growing up, there wasn't a lot of acceptance for homosexuality, and in the South too. And so I always felt kind of ostracized, but I remember something that made me feel kind of good. And I've never thought of it recently, but it's interesting to anyone in the spiritual or esoteric community. Oprah was interviewing someone from some ancient tribe in South America. And in this particular community, and apparently in many, especially ancient cultures, transgender, specifically homosexuals, and specifically transgenders, people who didn't fit into who were the opposite of what their gender roles were considered shamans. They were like shamanic, and they often had very close connections to the divine and powers that were not considered normal, that went along with that. So they were ostracized, yes, but in a way of, they were very respected and thought of as someone to go to for spiritual assistance. They were considered to be connected to the other side.
In the Native American, in the Native American culture, they actually have like a word for it. It's called two-spirit.
Yes.
Like the people that are, you know, gay, lesbian, whatever, it's like all of the above, because there's so many different expressions of it. There's no like, it's like this, you know, like all gay men are like this. So like all
really
lesbian women, it's like not like, no,
it's
right.
Really not.
There's no more. Now it's just you and you're unique in your own expression.
Yes. And that's what's so beautiful is we're coming to a place where everyone, no one where we're trying to not label or put anyone in a specific box, or at least that's my experience. And I for those of you who are more interested in today and what's going on, I watched a TED Talks video that was really good. A doctor, a really, you know, highly respected doctor, did a TED Talk about his son. He had, I think, 5 or 6 kids. He was Catholic, so big family, you know, they don't believe in birth control. And he had a son who was gay. And he talked about how his son was so special. And from a medical and sort of a psychological or a research point of view, his son, who was killed in some awful way, I think, he had been the healer of their family in a way that was very unintentionally. It was his spirit as a gay person, because like you have a different experience. So I was telling a coworker once, guys, and this will only take a second, I think you'll find it interesting. A coworker who was like a best friend of mine, her name was Catrice, and she's African-American, and she was talking about racism. And I said, you know, I consider myself a minority, even though I'm a white, you know, privileged male. Being gay, the difference for me was I grew up in a community where nobody knew I was gay. So imagine being Black like you are, and all the people that say the N-word behind your back were saying it to your face all your life because they didn't realize you were Black. I said, that's what my experience was like being gay in my family and in my friendships and everything until I was an adult. Nobody knew I was gay. And so I knew how much they hated me, even though they didn't know they hated me based on their opinion of homosexuality, because they freely used the word faggot and other derogatory terms in my presence, thinking that I thought like them because I was white and from the same background as them. And so I grew up knowing how much even my own family was sort of prejudiced or racist. If the example I was giving her about me, they just weren't using the N-word, they were using the F-word. And so it was a very weird experience psychologically for me. I became a very good liar, and that's not something to be proud of, but it's a survival.
Right.
You know, it's survival. And
we
so
cope. We learn coping mechanisms as we grow up in these crazy situations in our lives, because it's like you have to survive.
Right.
You know,
and
I
won't tell the story because it was private that you told me, but just to reference something, the story about playing basketball in the short shorts when you were like 12.
Oh yeah, I don't mind telling that story.
Oh, well, the feeling you had by what that girl did to you, of being like sort of made to feel so
small and insignificant, and like, it was so not what she was just projecting onto me her own fears, had nothing to do with me. But when you're little, I mean, I was like, what, 7th grade, 8th grade? When you're little, you don't understand those things. You just take on the anger and the hatred of people, and people are just transferring this on. Like kids take it on from who knows, her mom, her dad, her whatever, and they like take it on, and then they like throw it at somebody else, and it's like everybody just throwing like it all over the place, and it's messy.
Well, and it's so funny, like you learn also not just that, but from that experience for me, like my dad, the things he said about gay people when I was like 10, 11, came from a very religious and intolerant point of view. And he's a great man. I love him very much now. Like we have a great relationship now, but at that time, the way he talked was that like gay people were almost like God made a mistake once. God made a mistake once. And if God, literally you're like a mistake of the universe.
God doesn't make mistakes.
Right. But you know, when you're 10, 11, 12 and your father is
no, but think about it.
It's,
God doesn't make mistakes.
Of course not.
Mistakes don't exist.
Exactly. And so, exactly. And so the perspective though, for me as a child was that I should either not be the way that I was thinking I was, or kill myself, like be gone. And I always joke that like guys, be a little bit kinder, because I think it was like 50% of gay teens attempted suicide before the age of 18. And I would joke and say like, come on, all you straight people out there that are prejudiced, you're cutting into my dating pool, like bullying these people. Stop it. I need them to make it to 18. You know what I'm saying? Like just joking, but serious, like people, we got to like realize that it's so interesting how We all have a different experience. And the fact is, none of us are normal. There's no such thing. We all come here spiritually to learn and share with others and bring that, expand and then bring it back. And so it's just a beautiful thing, the healing side of that and the shamanistic side. There's so many advantages to the thing about you guys that makes you different. That thing about you that makes you different from everyone else is the most precious. It's your superpower. That is your superpower. Don't forget that. Don't forget it. Know it. So, hey,
so cool. All right, should we get started?
Let's get started. Like, let's get into this, guys. I've got first on the list is Angel. Is Angel still here?
Drop a little emoji or something, Angel. We're gonna do a reading for you. If you want to ask a question, feel free to ask a question.
Angel, yeah, ask a question, Angel, that we can, Jai and I can connect and answer for you, my friends. I'm just spraying a little bit of sage and lavender to smudge and get this thing popping.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Shannon. Humans don't make mistakes either. It's a perspective.
There are no mistakes.
Because we are, this is what I mean. Mistakes don't exist because we are an expression of God.
There are no mistakes.
For us, you know what I mean? For us, it's like in our world, we have a misconception of life.
We have a misconception of
the truth,
right and wrong.
Right, but the truth, the real, okay, Angel's here. Anything exciting in my near future. So the truth is that you are an expression of God. And in that, you are perfect. You are perfect, beautiful, perfect in your design. And when you go through life and things happen, and you supposedly make these things called mistakes, honestly, they're really not mistakes because sometimes it's just the universe guiding you in a specific direction.
Yeah, it's usually an opportunity. It's an opportunity.
You know? Yeah, right. Exactly. I like that word better. It's opportunity.
We look at problems as, a lot of the things we look at as problems.
And
a year or 5 years later, we look back and go, oh my God, that was the best thing that ever happened.
One more thing, because I wanna address this thing, human versus God.
Preach it, sister.
Like let's not separate. Let's not put us outside of God. Like, let's not say that humans are not God.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
the only reason we do that
is the belief system that needs to be like, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, it's. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that humans are not God.
People don't want to take
and people are going to be like, what the hell is she talking about? Like, she's gone mad, because that's such a strong belief system that like humans are over here and we're like worthless and God's over there. You know what I mean? And that's like, I don't know where that comes from. I do know where that comes from, but I don't want to get into it.
Right.
but I'm like, no, I disagree. That's the whole problem with us. It's like we feel like we're disconnected from God, and that is, it's
the idea of separation.
It's the complete opposite. Exactly.
Right. And
all
that
right.
spark.
Sorry, Shannon. Didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
Guys, the spark within us, that is God. Like, that's where it's all the creator. It's source. That's why it's called source. Mm-hmm. We are all extensions of source energy.
Right. Yes. That's a way better way to put it. Okay. So anything in my near future, I'm going to use my Astro dice tonight, you guys.
Okay, cool. I don't even know how those work, man. Show me when you do it.
We'll just roll the dice.
Roll them dice, girly girl.
And I've got my cool little amethyst 7-pointed star chakra thing, whatever this is.
Ooh, did you make that?
No, I bought it.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I just
you could make. I could like that. Looks like something you could make for your.
Yeah, you could totally make it. I just play with it though. Like, just hold it in my hand while I'm channeling. I'm just kidding.
I've got one. I've got one of the 7 already.
Ooh.
Need 6 more.
Okay. So you pull some tarot. I'll do this, and I also have a bunch of oracle cards. I'm just gonna let you handle the tarot.
Okay, let me say a quick intention. Thank you, universe. Yes, thank you, source. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors. Thank you, archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. And thank you, archangels Sandalphon and Zaphkiel. Any others that need to be here. at this time. Thank you for allowing Jai and I to connect spiritually and intuitively for the assistance and the purpose of healing those who come here in need, looking for guidance and assistance. Thank you for protecting our light, our energy, and our vibration, and pinging all the darkness away and the low vibrational intending individuals. Thank you for all of the love and community tonight from all the people that are here. Protect them and their light as well, and help us to see the right path and to follow it.
Sat
Nam. Jinx. Jinx.
Personal jinx.
Okay, I'm using the vice versa tarot angel to get some guidance for you, and then I've got a archangel oracle card for you as well to top it off. Dude, I've got too many books around here. We were looking through the book, the birthday personology book, Jai. I was on the phone with Angel earlier, and I read for his date of birth, 100% on the money. That book is epic, man. It's so good. I told him yours was like that
too. The book. That's right.
The birthday, stars, dates, birthdays, numbers. His birthday, all the stuff for him was right on.
I'm getting something about communication. He got Jupiter in Taurus in the 3rd house for the dice.
Interesting.
And I'm going to mute you because the noise is a little loud.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So I just wanted to say this real quick before I kind of talk about the cards that I pulled. But Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It just makes everything bigger. It makes everything more expansive and needing attention and wanting you to see it. Jupiter also brings in opportunities in your life. So in Taurus, which is the sign of material possessions and the material world, Jupiter is expanding this. However, it's in the 3rd house of communication, which to me, this message is like, there's something, in your near future that you are getting ready to express, and you're going to do it in a very meticulous, and you're going to like slow down, and you're going to say the right words, and you're going to say the right thing for a specific situation. Like that's what Jupiter is bringing in, more communication in your life in general. So that's the first part. You can show us what you got, Jason, while I pull some more oracle cards.
Okay, Angel. So for the tarot side, you got some really interesting, a few cards came out that are really interesting. The overall energy is the King of Pentacles. So I know that you are Aquarius, which is air energy. I don't know if you have strong earth in your chart, or if this is regarding another person. This could be someone who's like a soul family, soul friend, soul mate, twin soul, whatever, some kind of a romantic partner potentially. The King of Pentacles is earth energy. That's Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. And it's someone who is very much stable, a relationship that's stable and reliable. This is the overall energy. So as far as what's coming in your life, I think this is probably someone who's already established in your life, that you have some kind of a past connection to. And with the Page of Cups coming out beside that, it represents likely either an apology or some kind of a communication of love to make amends or to fix something. So if you have someone in your life that you're not on good terms with, or that you maybe like me and you, maybe you haven't talked to them in a while, this is about someone offering an olive branch to sort of mend something. Now, what's interesting here is you've got the Tower, the Four of Pentacles, and then the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So there's definitely something coming to an end. And it could have to do with that Page of Cups, that sort of mending of this relationship with the King of Pentacles energy. Or this could be also, there's two feelings I'm getting. This could also be within you. Like having a personal victory over something that was a demon for you. But it's something that's coming sort of where, like what we were talking about, where it's not really ever a bad thing, but it can feel bad when it's happening. And then you're going to look back and go, oh, that's why all of these things happen. So anything in your life in recent past, the past year, whatever, that's been painful, that Tower energy, it had to happen because something was not built on a solid foundation. Something was built on a foundation that wasn't level, right? And so that had to come down, and it has to do with letting go of something. The Four of Pentacles is about holding on to things that are no longer serving you, that at one time may have held a lot of value. I feel like it's about some kind of resentment or it could be about letting go of a relationship that maybe, you know, happened when you were really young and optimistic. Like this is a feeling of like being in high school or college, someone who's very idealistic, being brought down to earth in a very painful way, a lot of heartbreak that you haven't been able to let go of. Or it could just be disappointment where someone deceives you in some way and you didn't expect that from them. It was someone you thought you could trust. But as you let go of that, you've got really good things coming in. The Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups. You know, the Ten of Cups is really, everyone in love wants this card. So if we're talking about love and relationships, you've got something really beautiful coming to you that, you know, the Ten of Cups doesn't come in easy because it's something that's beautiful and lasting. And so it's not just going to show up on your doorstep one day. It's something that you really have to go through a lot, either with that person or leading up to that person coming into your life with other experiences. But you have to come to a place where you're really ready to live in a mature place, in a relationship that's not about games and is about emotional honesty and vulnerability. But someone is coming towards you. This is Knight of Cups. That's water. That's Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces energy. So is the Page of Cups. So you've got a lot of Ten of Cups, Pentacles, and Cups. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Earth energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water energy. And both of those are good energies when it comes to love, which I didn't automatically think this was going to be a love reading, but for my side, it feels like it really is. And it's good things coming your way. And I feel like really 2020 is going to be a beautiful year for you of healing and of you being united with people and a special person as well. And I'm going to let Jai do her side. And then after that, remind me, guys, I'm going to pull an Archangel card for him at the end.
Okay. So you got some really cool cards. You got Treasure Island.
Ooh.
This is a cool one. You got Go the Distance. There's a turtle in the first one and a lot of water. There's a cheetah. I think that's a cheetah on this card. Go the Distance. And then Poised. I love this card. Like she's beautiful, so happy. And then Hold Your Vision. The fixed moon.
Whoa. That Jai Angel, I was reading, I told you his birthday. And there was something for him tonight about like not giving up on something that he put a lot of faith. If you had like a lot of faith in something and it seems like it's not panning out the way you wanted, to keep the faith and to hold your vision. Whoa. Because it's worth it and it won't come easy. Kind of like what I was saying about the Ten of Cups. It's something that's worth holding out for and you know, believing in, because the best things don't come so easy, you know, and that's right along there.
This like array of cards in this order: Treasure Island, Go the Distance, Poise, and Hold Your Vision. Mm-hmm. You know, Treasure Island to me is like that Jupiter energy. It's like, you know, the treasure is coming. It's like awaiting you. It's like, so it's right there. You've found it. You've like discovered it. You have to just you have to go the distance. You have to get to the end. You can't give up. You have to just keep going and get to the end, and you're poised for something. And that's why I pulled the Moonology card. Like, what are you poised for? And you're poised for like holding your vision. You're poised for like keeping up. There's a beautiful quote, Yogi Bhajan. He says, "Keep up and you will be kept up." And by keeping
Who says
up,
that?
Yogi Bhajan. This is like for, you know, it's a Kundalini yoga related thing. Like you keep up with your practice and the universe or God you will be kept up by the universe. And that's exactly what I'm feeling here. This message of like, keep up and you will be kept up.
It's beautiful. Yeah. And I would just say, Angel, whatever this thing is, whether it's a relationship, you know, and something like to do with a heart connection, or whether it's to do with a career path and something that you're passionate about, like a dream, whatever it is, this is really saying to you, make sure and continue to have it's all about having faith and tenacity, not giving up, doing your part to try to push this thing into creation, into the physical, to bring it out of that other dimension of hopes and dreams and bring it down and ground it here. But it's also about trust also in source, in the universe doing its part to make this happen for you too. So it's kind of about bringing those two things together. Yeah, for sure.
Love it.
Okay, so let me, the last part, I'm going to pull an Archangel card. This is the Angels of Atlantis deck, and it's going to tie this thing up and tell you what Archangel to communicate with in your prayer life to assist you with a specific energy that will help bring whatever it is you're trying to manifest into reality. What does Angel need to know? What angel does he need to communicate? What angel does Angel need to communicate with? It is. Oh, wow. Archangel Sandalphon, and the energy is love. So, this is beautiful. Archangel Sandalphon is going to assist you in focusing on the healing power of love and on bringing love into your life in both that unconditional way, whether it's familial, friend, romance, or all of the above. And maybe it's a relationship that checks all the boxes. Bring Archangel Sandalphon, invite that Archangel into your prayer life, okay? And communicate with Archangel Sandalphon about healing and manifesting the love that you're hoping for. And it'll happen. No doubt about it.
Cool. So Jason's going to check tell us who's next and then go check, because I think a few people have paid. So we know at least how many are on the list.
Well, so next on the list is Stephanie P. And I'm going to go with what we've got so far, just so you guys know to be ready. So we can, not have a lot of wait time. Stephanie P, Christina G, Valerie S, Lynette S, and Nicole C. Those are the next 5 on the list. And while we're getting Stephanie's question, I will check to see who else is on there.
Cool. You're welcome, Angel.
Yeah, you're welcome, Angel.
That was fun.
Thank you for being amazing.
Alexandra, if you want to ask a question, you definitely can. You just have to sign up for it. We do have a list going, so the details to sign up are in the description of the video, but Jason's going to check, because I think we might cap it at like a certain number, maybe at 10 or something like that.
I think we need to go ahead and cap it, actually. Let me see. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think we're at about 10. I just want to make sure. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If anyone else is out there that really wants to get on the list.
There was some PayPal and some Cash App.
Yeah, we've got 8 people total. So if anyone else needs to get on the list in the next few minutes, go ahead and submit your payment and we will get you on there. All right.
I'm obsessed. I have this song stuck in my head. It's called, it's Camila, whatever. It's Camila, her new album. It's the second song on her album. I don't know. I've just been obsessing over it.
Jai, that song by your friend that you sent me called The Light.
Yes, that was Lucas.
He
came into my broadcast the other day and was listening to me play. I was like,
that song is so amazing. It just popped on today. I was getting ready to take a shower and it just started playing on my phone. And like, it literally made me cry a little bit, like a happy cry, it made me emotional.
Isn't it so beautiful?
It was like one of those songs that I wanted to like send to everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So good.
Go check it out, you guys. It's called The Light by Lucas Wolf. He's on iTunes. And I don't remember, just look for Lucas Wolf on iTunes and he's got 1 album out, I think. So
Lucas Wolf.
Yeah.
The Light.
He's amazing. He's in Boulder. He's our friend from Boulder.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Stephanie's question. Hi there. I would like to ask what messages Spirit has for me, especially in regards to Cancerian. I'm a Libra.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. The moon in Taurus in the first house is what you got from the Astro dice. And hello, the moon is ruled by Cancer. So that's why I laughed. And the moon is exalted in Taurus. So it loves to be in Taurus. It's very loving and affectionate and connected. And the first house is about identity and self. So to me, the first thing that comes through is like a very beautiful energy. It's like this person, right, in regards to this Cancerian, like this person is very loving. He's very sensual. He like identifies as this, and that's the energy that's coming to you. That's what I'm getting, first of all. But I'm gonna pull some oracle cards too.
That's beautiful. And I'll say the tarot cards came flying out, Stephanie, like with a real purpose. And I'm just pulling an oracle, the Archangel card now while I'm at it to finish you off here to see what. Yeah, really beautiful. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, there's another little bit here that's coming. It's that, the moon in Taurus, it's about being happy. It's about enjoying life. And that's the other message along here, is that you just enjoy life. Just go with the flow. Just enjoy the beauty of everything around you and like everything. I'm getting like everything.
and within you. Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, what I've got, let me just go over everything, because what's happening is this connection is looking for a reset with your Cancerian. And to get to that, you've got to do some stuff that has to do with you. The overall energy is the Ace of Swords. That's a new beginning with honesty, right? Truth coming out, truth being experienced and expressed. But look what you've got starting off: the World, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. This is all about you, and the World is about a completion of something. Then after this, which I'll get into, you've got the Magician, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So there's a lot of new beginnings coming in. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who is that masculine energy coming towards you, is someone who, again, is very stable and abundant, and someone you would want to have for a long-term partner, right? That's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, but it's about that earth energy being grounded. The Magician says you have the ability, Virgo and Gemini energy, it's about the ability and all the tools at your disposal to bring in what you want and manifest the life you want with this person. But for now, in order to make that happen, you have to focus on just the opposite, not manifesting the life you want with this Cancerian, enjoying your life, allowing completion to come to this cycle of sort of not knowing where things are headed, because it doesn't matter. You're supposed to walk away from all of these confusing emotions, and you're supposed to focus on your happiness, enjoying life. The Nine of Pentacles is you. It's your journey. And this is not about another person. It's about your connection to source, spirit. This is all about you. And what this does, the more you're willing to let go of the outcome of that and sort of forget about that as much as you can, focus on your happiness and growth and your connection to the earth, that's what allows the new beginning to start, and what allows you to have the power to manifest the future. Because the way you manifest this type of relationship, which is very soul-based, is by not trying, by finding the sweet spot of not really caring, knowing that it's okay. Remember, I was talking about this recently, you guys. It's okay when you have a twin soul or a soulmate. It's okay to love someone with all of your being, every fiber of your being, unconditionally, want them to be happy, and not require anything in return from them. You don't need them to contact you. You don't need them to love you back in any you don't need them to express anything to you, because that's what love is. It's wanting to unconditionally send everything that's good to somebody, protect them, and do everything you can for them in a way that does not require anything from them in return or expect anything. That's selfless love. And Archangel Zapkiel came out as your guidance, and look what it is: compassion. It's about understanding. See, having compassion for that other person, you know where it begins? Having compassion for yourself. When you start having compassion for yourself, whether it has to do with the needs that you may have had from that person, whatever it is, and understand that you are all those things, those good things that reflect back to you from your Cancerian, they're already within you, and they're so beautiful, and they want to magnify, but you have to allow them to magnify by sort of forgetting about that person in regard to the now, and focus on what you can offer yourself. All that love, if you can literally flip and turn it inward, that compassion on yourself, ooh, things are going to really start to heat up.
Oh my God. Look, okay, so you also got Treasure Island, but look at what I didn't notice before. There's little hearts. And this turtle is swimming in the deep ocean and the ocean is all about, it's the moon, right? The ocean is the emotions. It's like submerging yourself in what you're saying. It's like loving yourself. So the treasure is
and the
found.
reflection we were talking about, dude.
Yeah, it's found.
All what you're looking for, it's there.
Right. Right, exactly. It's found within. You also got the Young. Well, that looks cool. The Young card, and this is to me that says Young is the masculine energy, the active force, and to me, what I see here is the power is in your hands. Whoa! Look at your card.
That looks a lot like my Ace of Pentacles, doesn't it?
What?
I know.
It does.
And that came out, for her as her outcome card.
Dude, that's cool, crazy. Type. And then imagine with the moon.
And also, just want to say guys, the card I just held up, the compassion card for Zapkiel, look at this. Very much
the fire. Cohesive. Oh my God. That's
Isn't that crazy.
And then imagine. So again, you see the moon right here. But this is beautiful. It's an energy of I feel freedom. And I feel dreams coming true if you tap into who you really are.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think a lot of that too. Don't you agree? It's all starting with just showing all of that love to yourself. Like just choosing, I'm going to love me for today and for now. I'm going to put it all into me and let myself just kind of shine it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. It pays off in dividends, guys. I did a lot of that this summer for myself, and it really helped me. Do it. Just do it. You can do it. Next is, thank you, Stephanie. Next is Christina G.
Okay, Christina G is next.
Guys, I'm turning off my camera. I have to fill up my water, so I'll be with you in spirit and in audio.
Did you guys notice my hat? I don't know if you can.
Dude, give her props on her hat. She's all about her hat. Her proppers.
So subscribe to youtube.com/channel for grace. I got it for my Periscope peeps. All right. Darcy says, Jason, you were right about jail for my friend with time. Totally. Oh, what you're talking about. Okay.
Thank you for the confirmation, Darcy. I'm glad to hear that, because that person's going to get a lot out of it. Like I said, it's, I don't think, what, about a year? So that's good news. Anyway. And you, Darcy, you're on the list, so we'll talk about that when we get to your name.
Nicole, should check out Fall on Me by A Great Big World and Christina Aguilera. Such beautiful love song with this spiritual soulmate vibe, gave me chills. Cool. Is that a new song? Who are we waiting on? I forgot already. Christina G.
Christina G.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, what's coming up January 2020? Ooh. What's your sun sign and your rising sign? I'm not kidding. What's your, actually more, what's your rising sign? You know what your rising is? Hallelujah. Mars in Leo in the 12th house. That's interesting.
Christina, did you decide about a trip to Mexico or not? Just out of curiosity.
She's probably still answering. She's a Libra and a Taurus rising. Well, I'll start with what the Astro dice said. We pulled Mars in Leo in the 12th house. Mars is action. And the action that you're supposed to be taking right now is action towards like loving yourself. I feel like Leo loves him or herself. Leo has a big heart, but I don't feel like this is a negative thing. I feel like the action is, again, it's kind of like the message we just got. It's a little bit like you need to love yourself. That's the action that you need to be taking right now. And also, Leo is also about presenting itself to the world, like being the king, like with the courage, it's the lion, it's the strength. So right now, like strength is needed. And you're going through a transition right now that's very like ethereal in a way. The 12th house is about the subconscious mind, and it's, you know, where all the hidden stuff and the mystery things and like the mystery schools and stuff like that. So there's a lot of mystery around your life right now that I think you're probably trying to figure out. And the way that you're going to figure out what's going on, hey, Cecilia, is taking action towards understanding yourself at the level of like, how much do I love myself? How much courage do I have to move forward? And taking action, but from your heart. Mars and Leo is about taking action from your heart and making that the most important thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the thing about Leo energy that you have to be careful of, whether you're somebody who has a strong placement sign that's like a mutable sign, like Virgo and Gemini, minor mutables, or you're just somebody who's very empathic, or both, then you really have to be careful. If you are somebody like that, you know, picks up energy from other people, or sort of reflects the people in your life that you're close to or partnered up with. If you have a Leo in your life that you're in a close relationship with, be very careful not to pick up their negative traits that are very, you know, can be like self-centered or somewhat narcissistic or self-absorbed. You don't want to pick up those traits if you're someone who's very empathic or a mutable sign, because it's easy to do that. Because I know people like that are in relationships with Leos that have, like, my mom's a Leo, like Leos that have that, the negative traits, and then they reflect back a lot of that when they get close to the Leos. And so that's no bueno. So I know, Christina, that you are not like that, but if you're reflecting that at all, be careful. So this is interesting. The first two cards that came out for you for January, you asked about what's coming in January 2020. You got the Sagittarius, the Temperance card, and the Libra Justice card. Both of these coming out together, you can see very clearly if you just look at them, are about things becoming balanced out, or, you know, I feel like it's about, you know, justice, conclusions coming to situations that, you know, have been kind of like in the queue waiting for a final answer. And, you know, it's because energies there was a lot of alchemy going on in your life and in your relationships. And it's just that time in January for justice to come in. There is a possibility, though, that you could be a little closed off and blocking it. So be careful, because here you can see you've got the Two of Swords next to the Four of Swords. So there's a lot of healing energy wanting to come in with these major arcanas, Temperance and Justice. And with the Two of Swords, you have the potential to be a little bit blind to what's being offered to you by the universe, and having a little bit of trouble getting a visual of, like, the blue and the red sword, or as I call them in this deck, lightsabers. It's like one represents the good angel and one represents the bad angel, you know, on your shoulders. And you've got to be very careful about choosing what's right for you. You know, it's not about the good and bad angel. It's about what's right for you in your situations, because you're at a crossroads, no doubt. And I know whether you would want to admit it or not, in some way, you're still feeling really left out and isolated, left out in the cold, even though I know you recently had communication from the person you identify as your twin soul. That hasn't really changed the way that you're feeling inside about the connection. There's a great deal of sadness here, almost a concern about, you know, maybe that it could be too late for something. And I don't think it is, but be careful about that energy that's sort of hiding deep, dark in your places that you don't really like to go to, that something is already, like a ship has already sailed, and you've got the Chariot in this position as an overall energy, kind of like it's left, kind of gotten away from you. And then you've also got this Five of Pentacles, which is that energy of being isolated or feeling left out of something. So I'm a little concerned that there's something creeping for you in that place. But you've got some choices coming in January, and the universe, this is all divinely guided. And just remember, justice is here for you. It's like it's knocking at your door. So it's really all up to you, Christina. What is it?
It's crazy. So you got Loyal Heart, which is, you know, that Leo energy that I was just talking about, because Leo is about loyalty too. And look,
Yes.
It's two owls with crowns on, and they kind of making the shape of a heart. And that's like, it's just like a lot of intuition, the owl is.
Well, and she's on a twin soul journey. There's a lot of twin soul. I got a lot of imagery of twin soul connection when I saw that. I remember, Christina, when your class was wrapping up, I was about to start a new one, because my twin soul and I were planning it together, and that looks just like an image we were going to use. And I remember literally, I swear, thinking of you when we looked at that image, because she was in the course and it was just wrapping, you know, and for some reason she was the person that came to mind, and that was the image. Not exactly that, but it was like crazy flames and owls, like in different positions, but it formed a heart. Well, so
she got peace, and then to be fair. And look, there's another owl in this card. It's this crazy queen looking with an owl on her head.
Justice.
Yeah.
This is about her twin soul connection.
Crazy.
Guys. This is about her twin soul connection. Sure.
And here's what I was going to say about your Libra Sun and Taurus rising. So the main events, you know, for January are the eclipse on January 10th, but the main one is that Saturn-Pluto conjunction. There's a lot of Capricorn energy, and like Jupiter's in Capricorn and all this stuff. So right now, there's a lot of focus on, as a Libra Sun in your 4th house of the home. So that means like changes and shifts in the home. And then also as a Taurus rising in your 9th house of spirituality. So that's spiritual awakenings and spiritual shifts and changes. that's what's happening for you in 2020. Like you're either like, it almost seems like you're on a spiritual journey. It's going to affect the way that you are at home, or your home life is going to change or shift, things like that in the 4th and the 9th house.
Beautiful. And listen, you've got 3 archangel cards that came out for guidance for you as far as your prayers and meditations. I love these guys because they really give you a tangible thing to do to help. Like, okay, pray to these archangels, focus on these energies with them, and it's going to help you. You've got Archangel Gabriel and benediction. So right there, it's saying you've got so much. I mean, what better energy for a new year, the beginning, than benediction, right? And then you've got Archangel Gabriel again, inspiration, and then Archangel Jophiel, and the energy is joy. So these are the 3 things for you to be focusing on. Benediction, inspiration, and joy. And the 2 angels are Archangels Gabriel and Jophiel, and they will assist you in bringing these things to pass to help you accomplish the things you're trying to accomplish, and the soul spirit is trying to help you accomplish. So really strong energy: Gabriel, Jophiel, inspiration, benediction, and joy.
Amazing. Awesome
really.
reading. This is fun.
I love it too. I really do, guys. Good stuff.
All right, who's next?
Next is Valerie S.
Valerie S. Let's get
Valerie.
Your question. Thank you guys for giving the video a thumbs up. Please do that if you haven't done that yet. I forgot we were live on my channel.
What do you mean?
I thought we were live on your, like, I just instinctively,
okay.
like in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, we're on my channel.
I was like, how can you forget we're live?
No, I know we're
you
live.
meant on your channel. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
Well, we usually go live on my channel.
I know. No, but it's cool. I'm glad we went live on this channel.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, you're welcome, Christina. And Valerie's question: what guidance does Spirit have for me considering a major move in the spring?
What guidance does Spirit have for you? Say that again.
What guidance concerning a major move in the spring?
Got it. Okay. What guidance does Spirit have for Valerie concerning?
Whoa. Okay. You got the sun in Leo in the 4th house with the astro dice.
Damn, you pulled those fast.
Oh, it's the dice. That's why I love the dice.
I was like, what the heck?
Right away, boom. I feel like I'm in a casino or something.
I feel so left out. I feel so left out not having dice, you know?
Oh my God, you gotta get some.
I feel like Jaya and I have such a sibling competitive relationship. You know, like you get she gets a deck of cards.
When I was trying to ask him about the oracle cards,
I get a deck of cards and she's got to get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Literally, guys, that book that I've been talking about, the birthday and everything, that book, the reason I have that book is because I thought it was one that Jai had, but I wanted to have it. It's crazy.
That's too funny. But here's the thing about the sun in Leo in the 4th house. Okay, we'll start with the 4th house. The 4th house is the home. So obviously, I'm pretty sure this move has to do with your home. I kind of know. I think I know what you're talking about, but it has to do with the home. And so what does the sun in Leo in this home represent? Well, the sun is actually ruled by Leo. The sun loves being in Leo. And it's that like royal energy of the king, the lion, you know, like the Leo king, he's like a Leo. That's what he calls himself.
Remember who you are, yeah, Simba.
Right. And but that's like your heart, but that's like deep. You know what I mean? It's like to the core. It's like, oh, I love that you said that, Jason, because that's exactly what needs to happen. And that's the message for it. It's like, you need to remember who you are when you enter this place of the home. You need to remember your strength.
Well, the thing, like you just said, though, I want to say this real quick about Leo. Yeah. It's so true. Like, it's about that royalty energy. And there are tough sides to Leo, like every sign. There's the positives and the negative. One of the most beautiful things about Leo that I really feel and focus on, because my Venus is in Leo. So in relationships, I behave with like a Leo. So that means, to me, one of the good things is in relationships, I am moved, like my love language is someone treating me like I am special, important. And I mean, we all feel that way, but I'm talking about like whether it's a valid, like everyday way you behave in a relationship. What talks to me or speaks to me in love is someone being very proud to have me like show everyone, this is my person. This person is like my king. Not to say I want to rule over someone, but it's that feeling of someone like presenting you in a social way as someone special. And that for a lot of Leos, it's very much about like that surface expression. And it's not that they don't go deep, but that's so important. Like I read about how a lot of mothers who are Leos, much like a mother lion with her cubs, they will let their kids act like total delinquents inside the home. They can like flick them off, whatever. But in public, as long as the kids in public are very respectful and yes, ma'am, whatever, they show respect in public where other people can see, they will allow them to be very the opposite, whatever. Like anything goes in private, as long as the kids know to behave and treat them up here in public. It's kind of like the old Italian mafia saying, an Italian mobster, like he loves his mistress, but he respects his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like he may love his mistress, but he respects his wife. So in relationships, I think that's sort of a Leo energy. Is not that all of that other stuff isn't important, but most important is to show that sort of respect where people can see. The other stuff is all negotiable as long as everyone else has
that
the
is
idea
significant that you're talking about respect, because that is, Valerie says she's a Leo moon, but respect, you need to respect yourself enough to not let people bring you down. And the way you do that is that sun in Leo energy. Like, this is who I am. You can't mess with me. Like, I am strong. I am courageous, and like, respect me. Like, that's what needs to happen.
Exactly. It's kind of like how women's liberation in the 70s, it was in the average American home, men respected their wives. Some even let their wives run the house. But it was in public for most that it was where they were seen as the head of the household, and the wife had to stand behind, a little bit less. So it's sort of the opposite. Like in public, a Leo in a relationship, and if your Venus is in Leo, in public, it's more important to be presented as like them seeing you as royalty, putting you on a pedestal. And in private, anything else, everything's negotiable in the relationship. Like that's where you do a lot of the like dirty dealings, but times 10, more than any other average relationship. Leo's like, there's so much more about, you have to do this in public, and in private it could be a totally different thing, as long as everyone thinks that you worship me and I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? What are you laughing at?
Because I'm a Leo moon, and I'm laughing at myself.
Because it's true, and
I know it's
and I know, like, guys, in every relationship there's a tinge of that where it's like, people better not know, like, at least if people think. But this, for Leos, it's so much like, that's the deal. Like, you show respect publicly, people better think that I'm your queen or king.
That makes perfect
private
sense.
We deal with all the stuff. You know?
No, it makes perfect sense. Here's the 3 oracle cards you got. Buy the book. I feel like you're going to be experiencing this energy of like, buy the book. Like, you got to follow the rules and do it this way. However, you need to kind of like just watch from a distance the behaviors of people around you. Be the observer. Watch from a distance what's going on. Don't get emotionally entwined in drama. And it's a loyalty to yourself. That's what I'm feeling. You also got the loyal heart. This is a loyalty to yourself. Like,
yeah. And guys, one more thing. I'm sorry. This is so interesting to me. One more thing. Here's an example of a Leo parent. My mom was picking my brother up from school, and he was in like 2nd grade. The teacher came right up to the car and like, was like, Nick did this, and this, and this. And he blah, 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 like went off about my brother in front of the other siblings and to my mom in the parking lot at the school. And my mom literally looked forward and rolled the window up and drove off. She didn't say anything to the teacher. She got home and she called the office and she said, I understand my son did this and he got detention and whatever, and that's fine. We'll deal with it at home and he'll be punished. What I don't appreciate is your teacher doing that to me when I'm in a hurry in the bus line in front of all of his siblings where other students could hear, when it was very inappropriate. And I think that she needs to learn, what's appropriate and what's not, and when and where. So thank you. So it was like, on the one hand, oh, my brother got in a lot of trouble for whatever it was he did. I don't even remember. But her point was not in front of that teacher.
You don't,
that teacher, like the Leo energy, they defend their cubs, their spouse. To anyone else, it's like they're up here. What you say to them in private is a whole nother story. You know, like he got it times 10 and was a POS, I'm sure, like my brother, but the teacher didn't know that.
No,
the
that's
teacher
weird.
probably thought,
That's
the teacher
not,
probably thought, oh, that spoiled little brat. His mother didn't even punish him and she got mad at me like it was my fault. But you know what I mean? That's the Leo energy. It's to defend your cub. I love that though. It's cool. It's different. You know, it's very different.
Well, for you, Valerie, it's definitely like defend yourself. Just freaking, just observe. I'm just gonna just observe. Have compassion in your heart. She says it's a family Christmas party. But yeah, that's what I got anyways.
So regarding the move, you've got the Six of Pentacles in not in reverse, but on this side, it's sort of the reverse side. This person is like stepping back from something and looking over the whole village, like taking a bird's eye view of a situation. What's interesting, Valerie, is the Six of Pentacles is very much about reciprocity in relationships. And when it comes to financial or material things, it's about balance and things being equal give and take. However, in this side, it's also about, like if we're talking about a move or about family dealings and interpersonal relationships, it's about you not only trying to see things from like stepping back and seeing the whole picture, but it's also about too much concern sometimes about how what you say or do is affecting other people. Like being worried, you know, I was talking to someone else in a reading recently about this. It's like a little bit too much concern about the whole friends, family, the town, and what they think of your relationship, situation, circumstance. And you need to be more concerned about you. What do you think? How does it make you feel? Don't be, I mean, it's good to have respect, you know, and consideration, but this is being too concerned about how things are affecting other people and to your own detriment, because there's an opportunity here for this person to really find maybe save or make money from making some good choices regarding the either the move or some kind of familial based decisions. But there's a tendency here to sacrifice unnecessarily because of fear of upsetting people that mean a lot to you. So be careful about that, because again, you've got the Magician and the High Priestess. So you've got an opportunity here. These are two amazing energies when they come out together upright, because that's the feminine and masculine. And this is your power source here, right? So you've got both coming out in their power source in sort of an ethereal way. However, what's happening with them is the queen, one's becoming the Queen of Swords, okay, in the reverse, and the other's becoming the Knight of Pentacles. If you don't properly handle this Six of Pentacles energy, I think you've got to be careful about your ego getting in the way. And sometimes the ego can be as simple as worrying about the way, again, that people view you. You want to be the good guy in there's some situation where you want to be the good, you want to look like the good guy, and you may not be able to without a few people really getting sore at you, maybe 3 or 4 people that are in your family getting a little upset, or it could be a no-win situation. I'm not really sure, but it feels like that type of, I'm on the hook here and I don't know how to get out of it. And none of the answers seem to be to your benefit, which should really be most important if it's a serious life-altering thing, which a move is, right? Be careful. Somebody's wanting to really, somebody else is letting their ego run the show, and it's someone who's always done that in your life. Someone who's always, you know, let their ego. 5
sisters.
Wow. Well, 5 of Swords. That's the card of ego.
Dude,
yeah, this is a card where it's like, is it worth the fight? Is it worth it to fight someone or some things? Major ego here, Valerie, getting in the way. And the outcome of that could be the 4 of Cups, which is like disappointment and sort of feeling like you just have lost interest and feeling about a situation. So you could come out of this, if you're not careful, with being very unemotional toward one or many people in your family or life that you have a lot of love for, because they could really upset that connection. But I don't know exactly what this all is, and this is a public forum, so I don't want to, even if I could, I don't want to try to go into too much detail here, but it feels like ego, potential disaster with really close interpersonal relationships, and people really, because when I feel this kind of connection with people and then it ends up afterward with like emptiness, that's empty emotions. Those 4 of Cups all spilled over. That's someone just totally, I don't care anymore. Obviously, that's not the case for family members, but if you feel that way for a certain period of time, it's because something went very badly or someone feels very slighted. So be careful here. Be careful. Because you remember, the Major's here. You've got a lot of power at your disposal with the High Priestess and the Magician. So if handled properly, Valerie, there's a good outcome here. Again, overall energy, though, is the Page of Cups, which is a message of love and apology, potentially trying to make something right. It could be like a quid pro quo. I do this for you, you do that for me. So look for compromise and ways to make this situation better that do not require anyone to lose, or at least anyone to lose big or to lose unnecessarily. Like maybe someone deserves to lose. Let that be the person who loses. I know this is kind of odd advice, but it definitely feels like an important situation. And then your Angels of Atlantis card is Archangel Metatron and the energy of mercy. So focus on having mercy for yourself in this situation and also having mercy for the other people, emotional mercy for the people. Remember, nobody became the way they are overnight. These familial dynamics and personality things have been there for a long time. They're not going to change overnight. Try to have compassion and mercy for the people in your life and their behaviors because of you grew up, look, you know why they're the way they are because you grew up with the same mother and father, etc. So there's a time to have mercy, at least emotionally, but don't cut yourself out of a situation or put yourself last. Put yourself first.
Nice. Okay.
Even at Christmas. Next is Lynette S.
Lynette.
Hang on,
You're
guys.
welcome, Valerie.
Who was that?
Valerie. She was just saying you're welcome. Thanks for being here and hanging out with us, you guys. These readings are coming out pretty in-depth.
Yeah, Valerie, I hope that resonated for you. I know it got kind of like weird because of all of the emotional like baggage and stuff, but it definitely felt like familial stuff all coming to a head in some way around the holidays and this, whatever the move is. Don't start pretending to sing hallelujah up in here.
It's that Camila song in my head.
The what?
It's the Camila song. Camila, what's her name?
Je ne sais.
She actually is like from Miami or something like that.
Camila.
She's like a pop girl. Guidance, suggestions for the future, please. Will you tell me what your sun sign and rising sign is, Lynette? Guidance for the future.
Guys, sorry if the audio is not as good on my end. Hopefully I can fix that in a few minutes, but for now, just bear with us. Just guidance for the future for Lynette?
Yeah. Whoa. And then I asked her for what her rising, sun sign and rising are. Libra sun, not sure about rising. You should get a reading from us and you'll find out if you know what time you were born.
Yeah, sister, you should. Or brother, were you talking to Lynette?
Yeah.
That was a man or a woman. Lynette, sister girl, come on and get a reading with us. You won't regret it. We've been doing a few. Like we've been doing like average of 1 or 2 a week on the holiday specials, at least.
It's on your birth chart, and if you don't have it, you can order a birth chart usually. But yeah, anyways.
Just so you guys know, we're still going to offer the readings that we do together. Like after the new year, they're just going to be full price. So a lot more than $180.
But still epic AF. Okay, here we go.
But what?
I still epic AF. All right. So this is what you got from the Astro Dice. You got North Node in Pisces in the 6th house. Now this is cool. I love the node stuff. The nodes talk about.
Before you read that to her, what was her question again for all of us, including me?
Yes. Guidance / suggestions for the future. So the North Node in Pisces is, you are here. I mean, I'm not saying you have the North Node in Pisces. I'm just saying this is the message that the universe is bringing to you. There's a part of your essence that is here to dive into the mysteries of the unknown of the universe. This is like the subconscious, the beyond. This is like the house ruled by Neptune. Well, the Pisces ruled house is the 12th house. So this is like things that we don't necessarily, we can't see, but we can feel and we can experience in dreams, and in visualizations, astral traveling. This is like the dream world. This is like the other dimensions. This is the beyond this third dimensional reality. And there's something about it that you are supposed to bring that knowledge of the beyond down into the 3D, because the 6th house is the house of work, and it's the house of being right here, right now, in this moment, being present. You have to be more present in your life, and you have to be paying attention to the subtleties of life, because there's way more that you don't see that's affecting you. And there's something about that knowledge from the beyond that you are actually here to bring forth by being in the 3D. I'm going to pull some cards from here. Pisces is dreams, you know. North Node is destiny. You're bringing it to form, as I like to say it. You're bringing something to form that's very special. It's very different. I do kind of sense that there's like a little bit of starseed energy here, or lightworker energy, more starseed than lightworker, but it's almost like there's a specialness here that's coming through from the beyond and expressing itself here in the now that we can see, in the world that we can see.
I agree. I feel, yeah, along those lines too for her. And also I feel like we got, for the pull for her, I pulled 6 cards, and 4 of them are major arcana, which is, yeah. And for those of you who don't really know what that means is there's something happening right now for this person. When you get that kind of pull of majors, there's something going on in this person's life at the time that's very much
significant.
Destiny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like
and then the North Node.
Right. There's big things going on. So it's exciting.
That's awesome.
It really is.
So
okay.
you also, I'll just go through the 3 little cards that I pulled. So you got by the book with the 3 little elephants that are kind of, they're walking in a row. They're like, you know, I guess the representation is that they're following the rules, or they're staying in line or whatever, right? It's like stay in line, don't go out. Don't go out of line. You also got co-create, and this is a card of manifesting, listening to your intuition, your creativity, and also manifesting, but co-creating with other people. And you don't necessarily have to really know that you're co-creating with other people or have them in your life. You just have to know that there's an energy of you're not alone in what you're doing or what you're supposed to be doing in the world right now. I think right now you need to just walk the talk. That's what I'm getting from this card. Walk the talk, like walk the line, you know, be respectful, but also know yourself and get way more creative. There's a lot of creativity coming. There's this card that came out, which is really interesting, which says why. I think you might be asking yourself a lot of, you know, questions of why, like, why am I here? What's my purpose? I think those things might be what's coming out for you right now. And the cool thing about the image in this card is the book has wings, and it's almost like knowledge can take you there. and the wings to me represent that like Pisces energy of the beyond, like 12th house stuff. And so if you dive into and start to look for and like things that you're curious about, just dive into that kind of knowledge, because that's the only way to like understand any kind of like Pisces or 12th house things is and the mysteries of the universe, is to just dive in. And you won't get like an actual answer that makes sense sometimes in the way that you want it to make sense, but you will get wisdom that you'll apply in your life, but it's through experience that you'll actually see it happening. But yes, that's what I got for you.
Nice. Thank you, Jai. That's really interesting. So very interesting, especially considering the cards that came out for her. So I haven't been pulling a lot from my Mystical Shaman Oracle deck that Joan sent me, because I
love that deck.
I haven't really broken it in yet. I've blessed it, but I haven't broken it in yet. And so for some reason, after I pulled her tarot, Lynette's tarot, I felt drawn to replace the Angels of Atlantis card for her with a Mystical Shaman Oracle, and really interesting results. So what's going on for you right now is you've got the overall energy of the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a really cool card. As far as the minor arcana goes, guys, it's a card that represents like a special event. It can represent a wedding or a gathering. It can represent two people. It can be as unimportant or, you know, comparatively insignificant as two people going on a date and having a really amazing time, or it can be as significant as two people getting married. It's really all about where the card falls and what the other energy is. For this, I really feel like this is representative of, you know, it's about you and your masculine and feminine sides coming into a really beautiful place of balance in order for you to sort of make a leap forward into the future. You're on this journey alone. We all are, and we're also never alone at the same time. It's a special sort of connection that you're experiencing, but it's a connection to yourself, and through your higher self, it's a connection to source and the Akashic records in a abstract sense, not like, oh, I'm accessing the Akashic records and getting this specific information. It's more about just sort of like, you know, that moment you see a child learn a certain word, or I don't know, guys, if you've ever seen the movie about Helen Keller, where she makes the connection with the pump and the water, that it's like all of a sudden something lights up. That's what I feel like this is for you, Lynette, and it's very beautiful. And I don't know what specifically it is, but it's something really special. You got the Death card right off the bat. You got the Death card, the Five of Pentacles. So there's an ending coming to this feeling of being different or left out or ostracized in a bad way, a feeling that has underlined a lot of things in your life. Okay. I know that. You don't have to tell me that. I don't think you were, let's put it this way, I don't think you were the head of the cheerleaders. There's an energy, and not to say that you were like like Ali Sheedy and, you know, the Breakfast Club with like the hair in her face. I think you were just someone who always felt different and never quite knew where your place was. There's an ending to that, because although you're never going to completely fit in with a group, you're now going to be more connected than ever to something really special that a lot of people never connect to in human form. A lot of people sleepwalk through their whole lives and never connect to this energy, but you've got the Magician, the Chariot, and the High Priestess. So again, those two energies, that feminine and masculine energy that we just talked about, represented here in the Four of Wands, a union's happening here, and it's going to allow this Chariot energy to just zoom, like it's like being on the monorail at Disney and just going whoosh, like from point A to point Z. Beautiful energy. So the Mystical Shaman Oracle card came out. I don't know why I felt drawn to this for you, Lynette, instead of the Archangel card, but it was confirmation. It is the card number 29, which if you break that down, what is 29? 11, right? And it is the journey. You got the journey. You can see that owl. The headdress is an owl, right? And listen to the journey card, which is what this whole thing is. It's so beautiful. And remember, it starts with a death. It starts with death. So it's going to feel really uncomfortable at first, but it's beautiful.
It's kind of like labor and delivering a baby. That out of that like excruciating pain that feels like your insides are being ripped out comes new life and something beautiful. So I've heard. I've never experienced it.
Me neither.
The essence, the journey is an invitation to step outside the boundaries of your life as you know it. The journey is not a holiday. It is a call to be hermit-like and to go on a pilgrimage into the unknown. There are no mountains to be exploring, no marked paths, and no road signs. The invitation is a time to embark on a great journey, and the time is here. Do not linger in the port when distant shores are calling you. Fearlessly draw your own navigational charts as you discover the route. When the time is right, as it is now, you will be led true. You will be led true, T-R-U-E. It gives me goosebumps. Even when you are not sure of where you are going, it is the departure that is most important, which means it's time to move. If you miss the boat, a great opportunity will be lost, and another ship may not actually arrive for a very long time. So this isn't like taxis where you miss one and another one shows up, Lynette. The medicine, the journey is calling you, but the timing is premature. Collecting postcards or fantasies of where you want to go may take over your focus and make you miss the actual destiny. Other things must be completed first, or you may still be attached to knowing the destination. Remember that the point of the journey is not the destination. It never is. It's who you will become as you are transformed along the way. Do not confuse the inner and the outer journey, for they are both happening simultaneously, and they are both happening for you, not to you. Bam!
That's amazing.
Right? That, when you know a reading is on point and great when you're giving the reading to someone else, but it also is giving you guidance in your own life. Like that. I just want to say, Lynette, thank you. That was awesome. That was like, woo, that was so good.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Dang. That was bad. The journey. I love that it's card number 29 too, Lynette, because that's an 11.
Okay.
It's like, this is an 11. 11, 11. The 4 wands. Beautiful. Good luck on this journey, Lynette. It's going to be a great year for you. And it may not feel great while it's happening, but it's going to be awesome. Next is Nicole C.
Nicole C. How many, what's the rest of the list, just to get a recap?
So right now we've got Nicole C, Darcy S, and Shannon H. And I'm going to check if there's anyone else.
Okay. Yes, death does lead to transformation, Lynette. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed the reading. Nicole wants to know what is coming for me in love. What's coming for me in love? Let's see. All right, you got Neptune in Taurus in the 6th house. That's interesting. Neptune is the planet of mysticism. Neptune is our dreams. It's our dreams of the past, but it can also be an escape, an opportunity to escape, or a door that lets you escape from things, from the real world into, you know what I mean, the illusions. Neptune can be illusions. Taurus is that energy of being grounded. It's also like the material, the things that you can touch, sense, feel. It's our senses. It's our sensuality too. It's financial abundance also. And then the 6th house is the house of work and being here now. So she wants to know what's coming for her in love.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got, I just checked the lists and everything. We've got Nicole, Darcy, and Shannon, and then we are pieced out. Okay. It's 11-11 right now, guys, where I live. 11-11. Cool. So take that as a number synchronicity if you're looking for it. I'm giving you an 11-11.
So Neptune takes you out there, right? Neptune takes you out there, but Taurus brings you back down. So there is this.
Wait, what is she asking?
Love. She's asking what is coming for me in love. And I'm talking about the dice that I got.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So no, it's okay. So I'm just going through and explaining this message with the dice. So she got Neptune and Taurus in the 6th house. And so Neptune takes you way out there, but it's also like the dream world. And Taurus brings you back to reality. And so does the 6th house. So I feel like what's coming for you in love, it has to do with you being connected at this level and letting go of whatever like illusion or dreams. Because when we have those dreams and when we have those like ideals about relationships, when we interact with people in the real world, we're throwing onto them something that they need to fulfill for us. And it's important to also find those people that kind of naturally fulfill that for you, but not try to force someone to fulfill that for you. That's not the person that's supposed to fulfill that dream for you. So there's
man, I just have to interrupt you. That is so amazing what you just said and so true. I've come to a lot of I was talking about that a little bit, guys, about how you don't have to need someone to give you a certain thing back in love when you love properly, right? Unless you both agreed for that, right? Like for so long, and you guys who consider yourselves on twin soul journeys, I think we all need to hear this. For so long, I had this idea in my head with the twin soul journey, what it meant and what it was supposed to be. Like it's this intense friendship, and I've got to be open to it becoming like potentially a life partner at some point down the road. But that's not, guys, no. Like my twin soul always agreed we were twin souls. The kinks and the catches came into the fact my twin soul had a partner, and it couldn't be anything but a friendship, right? So you can ruin something, and listen, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I ruined anything. It takes two to mess things up and everything else. What I'm talking about is, generally speaking, I'm not talking about me, I'm using an example to give a broader point. You guys in these twin soul things, don't put attachments or expectations to the outcome. Because what happens is a twin soul connection is literally like no other. You only have one of those. And if you put an attachment to an outcome that you want them to be your spouse or whatever, and that's not what it's for now, tomorrow, whatever, well, you could ruin and lose the friendship. You can lose what it is.
Right. That's what creates the toxic relationships, because in a sense, what we're doing is we're putting our need for things to be a certain way on someone else's shoulders.
Right.
And that's not the way that natural, like if you're talking about soulmate connection, I don't know if Nicole is in a twin flame relationship or not.
Would identify as a twin soul, yeah.
Okay, so if you're in that kind of a relationship where it's a twin soul relationship, it's a little bit more complicated. I do understand that, especially if there's that whole like phase where you've made a connection and then you've become separated. But I think here's what I think. Okay, I think that people, and this is in general. This is for you, Nicole, but this is in general. Like if you're not in union, and you're trying so hard to be in union or whatever, or you want that, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like wanting something to be a certain way that it's just not. It's living an illusion. And that's so Neptune. Neptune is about, part of that message is about living in an illusion and not coming back down to earth and seeing the reality of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, the thing is though, like guys, and it's not to beat yourself up. Like I get it. I've been there. And I know when someone is a twin soul or anything close to that, the connection is so strong and so filled with love and sort of this knowing that it's very easy to it seems natural to like try to push it into becoming that your person, and they are. But twin souls can also, like if someone's in a lot of times you meet a twin soul when they're in another relationship, or you are, or both, because you need to shake things up. But to have the connection last and be able to be friends and work through, you can't push that. You have to be able, because that's the lesson. But part of the big lesson is to learn to love from a place that you don't want someone to be something they're not. So if you can learn to take away the attachment to that outcome and love each other from a truly wanting the best for that person, right?
Which is wanting the best, which is honestly,
all the ups and downs.
That's wanting to be the best. That's wanting the best for yourself. Exactly. Nicole says, I just want the love I deserve, not attached to the twin flame. Well, that's great. That's a really good place to be.
And I agree, but the tough part, and I know that that's where it's a tough part for you, is the thing is your twin flame, twin soul, the basis of the love, if that's what it is, twin soul, is not a passionate romantic relationship. The basis of the love is there's someone that when you look at each other, you can almost know what the other person's thinking all the time. You know each other from before. It's a friendship, a kinship. It's a deep love that's so beautiful. That what I'm saying is, if you're not both at a place where you can go and make it something else, you should really try not to. And also, I know that I wish I had never tried to push us to be something other than what we were in the moment, which was two people who had a deep love for each other that was friendship, love and friendship that would never have to hurt or push the other person. And when you can do that, that's part of the secret of any relationship, really. But being someone's truly their best friend doesn't require them to do or change anything. Or even to give you the same amount of love back. It really doesn't. It requires you to do those things. And in turn, you're loving yourself because you're offering yourself the best, most healthy relationship with that person who you hold so dear. By giving love purely, you don't need anything in return, because it's not, oh, I'm thinking about what I'm going to get back. It's like giving a gift when you're thinking about the recognition. You already have your reward when you get the recognition. You don't need anything more. The gift of unconditional love, all love is really unconditional when it's love. Real
there's
love.
There's also another message with Neptune in Taurus in the 6th house here. And because you originally, your question was what's coming for you in love. And there is a sense of there are dreams that could materialize into your reality. There is that possibility right now. And I think that the most important thing is to stay connected to the present moment so that you don't miss out on certain opportunities that come your way, especially because it's like things really come to us, I think, when we least expect them to. Like the real juicy stuff comes to us when we least expect it. So so that's another thing to keep in mind. Nicole says, I will always love him. I accept that, but I can't force him to make different decisions. So I just have faith there is something else for me. I wish him all the happiness I wish for myself.
Yeah. And you don't need him to change or make a decision.
Totally.
As long as you are loving him from that true love, unconditional place that allows you to really, that means you're, like I was saying, that actually means you're loving yourself. When you're not in a place of need from someone else like that, that means you must be doing it right for yourself. Because if you're giving yourself all that love, then you're not going to need something from someone else, you know? And twin soul relationships in the beginning can feel so good and then feel so bad, because after that excitement bubble, for those of you who have the romantic experience in the beginning, comes the codependent stuff. Right?
Oh my God, I was just going to say that when it becomes codependent, when you cannot separate, you know what I mean, yourself, like, because I know that the whole idea behind that is like, there's a deep connection there. It's like two become one kind of a thing,
right?
Or two are one. And I understand that, but you're still in human form.
Exactly.
And you need to like live your life, you know?
And two human beings have totally, although there is like a telepathic connection, all that beautiful stuff, there's also two totally different lives, thoughts, dreams, goals, etc. And if you are in a different place than them as far as what you want from it, or the outcome, and you don't just really aren't capable from a healed place to allow it to be love in whatever form it takes, from friendship to anything else, you're going to lose everything, including the friendship. Okay.
You need to remember that when you're feeling everything, somebody just commented that it's so intense sometimes because you're so connected, you feel everything. You need to recognize what's yours and what's not yours. Because feeling everything that, like, just because you're connected to someone doesn't mean that you have to feel everything that they're feeling and everything that you're going through. You can choose, like, if something is not yours, first of all, you need to recognize what's yours and what's not yours. And when you do recognize that, then you get to make a choice. Like, do I want to feel this for someone else? Like, do I want to take on all of these emotions that are not mine? Why would you do that to yourself? Right. I want to get back to the cards that I got. Yeah.
I do too. Let me just add one last part to that, because it's so important to me, guys. And I don't do this course anymore, or haven't a long time. I want people to know this and hear this. The most important thing to me to remember is to focus on the healing of loving yourself from the twin soul experience, because one thing that I regret the most is in that weird codependence, and when things start getting wacky because you're on different pages, the thing you lose, like I said, that you don't want to miss out on is that the beautiful thing about that connection has nothing to do with all the other stuff. It's about the friendship. That person is your best friend. If you're not getting into unhealthy stuff and questioning and all that, that's your best friend. And that is the thing that you miss when you're apart. Not all that other weird stuff. It's the friendship you're going to miss. And you don't, if you can heal together, and by doing it, pushing it all inward and learning to be your best self for you and no one else, you won't lose that friendship or any other valuable friendships in your life. Sorry, Jack, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, these are all like, you know, the stuff that's coming out, for some reason it's coming out during your reading, Nicole, but I think that it needs to be, this is something that really needs to be addressed, because I think a lot of people are confused about it, and a lot of people are thinking that they are in twin flame relationships when they're really not. They're kind of just like in codependent, and like you're so attached to someone else, and that's not healthy. Like healthy romance, healthy connection, healthy friendships, all of that is part of a soulmate relationship. And I can attest to that, because I'm in a soulmate relationship that is very healthy, and none of that crap is a part of this relationship. You know,
it's inspirational too. Like, watching you guys, because, but see, like you've said, Jai, you had healed a lot of that in other relationships. And I think so by the time you came together, a lot of that was like already dealt with, the dysfunctional stuff.
Well, for me, it had come to light, and it was really actually with him that I learned to heal it. He helped me heal it.
And you had a lot of the toxicity before in other.
But those other relationships were not soulmates.
No,
those other relationships were karmic / just lessons in my life. And so that when it was a soulmate relationship, the love was way stronger than any toxicity. And so it was not like mutually like not allowed. Do you know what I mean? So it was like, it was a choice though. Yeah. That part is a choice.
Well, I think a lot of you who've experienced it know too. For me, haven't really experienced a soul connection until I was 39, or at least wasn't aware of it if I had. And one of the things that I noticed is my big core wound that goes back to like my childhood and my dad, and, you know, abandonment. And so for me, the abandonment stuff was like a neon sign, guys. And that came up, and this fear of abandonment became amplified from 0 to 10. Whereas in other relationships, I was usually the one to run from the relationship before I cared or over care. And the twin soul, it's like Jai just said, there was this immediate, like, as toxic things come up, there was a very mature energy on both sides to try and, establish boundaries, find ways to blah, blah, blah. But a part of that is very well known, guys, and you've experienced it if you are on that authentic journey, is the triggers are going to come up to the point that usually somebody runs. It usually happens in that's the MO of a twin soul. Somebody runs because it's just not healthy, and nobody's willing to do that unhealthy relationship because it's too important, it's too special. So it's okay if you're in that no communication stuff, but just remember, if you don't want to do that next time, let the friendship be whatever it is, and come to an agreement where you both agree and you don't give mixed signals and change your mind the next day. It's got to be real and authentic what you're feeling. Emotional honesty, key. All right, enough said about that.
So let me just show you what I got real quick. So you got buy the book. This card has been coming out all night, so I feel like it's a theme for all of us right now. I think we all really need to like walk your talk. You know what I mean? Like do what you said you're going to do. Like heal yourself by doing the work. And to me, there's a lot of like us doing the work is so important right now. The other card you got is truth be told. Look at this owl. It's like the window is open, the hearts are coming out, but the window is like the window of her heart. And that's the window to your soul. And it's like, we're opening up and letting the air in, you know, like just allowing ourselves to cleanse and to, when you open, like to me, like opening up the window is like, it's like you finally let the fresh air in and you feel good. There's like this like a refreshing kind of like rebirth energy. And you also got the fates. And when I look at this woman and I look at these stars, and she's kind of like a fairy, she kind of like has butterfly wings. To me, this to me is you. Like you can, I feel like the love that you have for yourself is the most important thing that you can focus on right now. And when you love yourself that much, that is what it takes to be in that mature place, so that when relationships do arrive or they happen in your life, being in that place is what keeps them healthy, because you recognize the toxicity and you choose not to allow it into your life. And if someone doesn't vibe or doesn't get it, you just like move on. And I think that's what you need right now. You need that knowledge. You need that awareness for yourself, because I do feel like beautiful things are coming in your life, Nicole. And I do feel like you're getting, like, there's beautiful, like dreamy energy that's materializing for you. It's just like, what are you choosing on your end to make that really come true? That's what I got.
Nice. Yeah. Hold on. Can you hear me okay, guys?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I definitely agree. The way it came through in the tarot is a little bit different. You're getting the same story that we've been getting for you for a while. So you're coming from this energy of 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, a very sort of, just an emptiness, a sadness and an emptiness. But the thing you have is the 8 of Cups on this side, this faith of a child. You've got that shooting star giving you faith. I saw a shooting star. It's like my picture, but it was on my 41st birthday, a year and a few months ago. I went to the beach at like 2 a.m. and I saw a shooting star like that. And it reminded me to keep the faith in myself, that my business was going to grow and become what I dreamed that it would be, that my friendships were going to heal, that, my familial dysfunction that had gone on for 40 years was going to find its way to the right path. And why does that happen, Nicole? For people like you, me, everyone who's here, who's spiritually awoken, because we're awakened. When you're awakened and you're healing, okay, good days, bad days, and everything in between, you're focused on healing. That is how those other things in your life, those relationships heal. It's not about the other person and the relationship itself. It's about you doing your work so that either the people who are part of dysfunctional relationships on them leave your life, and the ones who it was on you come back in, and the new people that come in that you're attracting are those that are healthy like you, that you can have that connection with. Because you've got the 4 of Wands here. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. It's all turning. And this is the Wheel of Fortune with some death energy. Those Egyptian figures are basically characters that represent the underworld and the afterlife. And so what that says to me is that you're going through a period where, in order for the wheel to turn, you've kind of got to have a little bit of a judgment on yourself. Not a judgment. You've got to go through what feels almost like the last judgment. So it's like kind of going, okay, let's take stock of not so much of what I've done wrong, but what I don't want to do again. Because it's not, like we said, it's not mistakes, but a lot of choices you've made, you may sure as hell not want to do those choices again, right? And so that's going to help you come into this 4 of Wands energy, which is a beautiful energy within yourself that allows you, sitting on your throne, to welcome the right people into your life, whether it's that twin soul or anyone else. Friendships, everything's going to be beautiful. You also got Zaphiel as the archangel, and it's the energy of compassion. If you're sitting here hearing this and it's, instead of focusing on yourself, it's making you focus on the other person and what they did wrong, or me as a reader and what you don't like what I'm saying, and whatever you're focusing on, it's telling you right now in your face, try being compassionate. Are you so perfect? I know I'm not. When I looked at this card, I was like, wow, I've got to really embrace compassion for everyone in my life, because I know I am the worst among everyone here. I'm one of the worst as far as people who have made huge mistakes, and if we can have that attitude, it's not about being hard on ourselves. It's about being honest. And just as much as we need to have compassion for ourselves, to have it for others, we also need to, remember that humility goes a long way in healing a relationship, friendship, anything else.
I love that. This turned out to be like a full-on, like
sermon.
just
Yeah, that was for everybody, including me.
Yeah, including me too. Oh my God.
Okay.
You're welcome, Nicole.
Yeah, sorry, Nicole.
So I think Darcy's next, right?
Yeah, Darcy, then Shannon, and then we done.
Woo, I'm excited.
Me too.
Thanks, Morningstar. Hey, Sparky.
Sparks.
I'm so excited, you guys, about what's freaking coming in 2020. Like, I just have this like excited energy about everything right now.
Dude, when did you turn your hat around?
When you turned yours around.
Oh my God. You Geminis are such copycats.
Leave it.
I'm totally leaving it. You need to put some glasses on.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously. So listen, guys.
Glasses are clicking on.
Jai has got me excited. Like, I recently have been kind of in a little bit of a depression, a little bit of sort of some shifting emotions, but she's got me really, I mean, we're close. 2020 is going to be a huge year, you guys, and we're right there. It's time to make your vision boards. It's time to make your, like, write your goals down, set up your rituals, your routines, and clean house. Like, let's all do this.
Like, I'm making, okay, one thing I'm really excited about right now is I'm going to create my level 1 astrology for beginners course. Like, it's launching in January. Like, I'm so excited. And then after that one goes out, I'm going to like see how that goes. And then I'm going to create a level 2, and then I'm going to create a level 3. Oh my God. I can't wait for that, because it's going to be the very first time in my life that I'm like making something that is going to sort of not need me to be like, I'll create it and then just send it off into the universe. That's
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I think these look more like your glasses.
So I don't even think Darcy's in here. So wait,
does that surprise you?
Shannon, no.
Shannon, go. Shannon might not be either. She probably got tired of us running our mouth, or me running my mouth.
Running my mouth.
It's guys, I've been so depressed and quiet lately that it was like building up. I had all this stuff to like come up and express. Seriously.
Angel says, Jai, you and Jason made me excited for 2020. Yes!
Yay! I'm excited for Angel too. He got like a really, and Angel, that helped me get excited too, talking to you tonight. Angel's a great guy and a good friend. It was really great to talk to you. I missed you.
Love that.
I missed you.
It's so cute.
Nothing like catching up with somebody you care about during the holidays. Is that Gaia?
Well, Gaia's here. Dawn came in and then left again. I don't know what he's doing.
What up, Dawn? What up, Porn Stash?
Porn Stash.
I was thinking of Orange is the New Black, the Mendez, the CO with the porn. So I know Orange is the New Black is over, you guys. There's 7 seasons, but I watched like the first 4 seasons when they came out a few years back, and I stopped. For some reason, I just got bored and never watched the last 3 seasons. And one of the things that I've been doing in my downtime was I binge watched the last 4, 5, 6, and 7 of Orange is the New Black. So, and now I'm doing The Crown.
What's The Crown about?
Ooh, you know what else was good was The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. The Mandalorian is so good. Baby Yoda. The Crown is basically, it's like it's about the monarchy in Britain, and it goes back. It starts in the 40s when Queen Elizabeth.
Wait, that's a series? It's not a movie?
The Crown is a Netflix original series, and it starts with Queen Elizabeth, the current Queen of England, the old lady, when she was in her 20s, and like when she gets married and before her dad
she was like really
dies.
young, right? When she became the queen.
Yeah, her dad died kind of unexpectedly to the public. He had cancer. And when he died and she became queen. So it starts in that era and it goes all the way through. Because I know this season, there's a few seasons of that. I'm on season 1. But I saw some stuff this season. She is like, there was a clip of her entertaining JFK and Jackie when she was first lady. So that's in the 60s, early 60s. So it spans already first few seasons, I guess has spanned from like the 40s into the early 60s. So I think it's going to go all the way through like Princess Diana and Prince Charles, you know what I mean? Like so it should be really cool.
Dude, that is really cool.
I don't know, it may have already done that. I'm only, like I said, I'm on season 1, so.
Oh, I haven't watched any of it.
Yeah, I just put Netflix on my phone after a while, so that's why I've been back on some Netflix and Disney Plus.
Shannon says, tell me what I need to know about 2020. Will you remind me your sun sign and rising sign? Why Taurus keeps coming out? Dude.
Where is Taurus in her chart?
Well, I can't remember everybody's stuff, so I have to wait till she responds.
Oh, I thought that's why you were saying that, because she said Taurus. Why were you saying Taurus?
Because I roll the dice and it's the North Node in Taurus in the second house.
Duh.
That's
well,
wild,
when I heard you say...
Do you know what that means, Shannon? Do you know what that means? Jason. It means, so the North Node is destiny and Taurus is the natural ruler of the second house of like basically money. That means that 2020 is like, you're going to bring in the money. Make money, money, make money, money.
Yeah.
That's what that tells me.
Yeah, your North Node. I was talking actually to Angel about this. Your North Node is like your destiny.
That's what I thought, Leo. Go on.
And South Node is sort of the stuff you bring in, the karma, the stuff that can work to your advantage, but more usually a lot of it's like stuff we deal with.
Mm-hmm. I think you're going to have like massive financial growth. That's kind of what this feels like, or at least financial growth. Taurus, that means for Leos, I'm still like trying to memorize where the houses are for each of the signs. So I have to like calculate it in my head. Like I have a calculator in my mind. It takes me a minute. But for Libra, I know Capricorn is maybe make sure that you fast forward, like the little red line goes all the way to the end if you feel like you're on a delay.
Do you have yours pulled? Oh, no. Go ahead.
Have yours pulled? No.
Yeah. So actually, whenever you're
go because I need to figure something out real quick.
Okay. This is freaking amazing, Shannon, the cards that came out for you. So what's interesting is your overall energy for 2020 is the 7 of Cups. And I'm getting a sense that this is really your biggest negative or your biggest challenge is the fact that you may have too many options or get a little confused. You know, the best thing is to narrow it down to like 3 things, especially if you're looking at like business and financial growth. So I think that may be actually a problem for you is that there's too many things you want to do and maybe even too many opportunities to do those things coming in all at once. And so you definitely want to be prepared for that as best you can. And also don't let it overwhelm you. Like I said, try to organize and prioritize because you can't do everything. You know, there's a friend of my mom's used to always say, you can have it all, but you can't have it all at the same time. And that's so true, right? I've learned that a lot this year. Like you can have it all. Success and love and everything, but you just can't have it all at the same time. You have to sacrifice something for another thing. So 7 of Cups. Now, the first card you've got is the Death card. You're definitely, again, that's that energy. You've got to choose, but this is not even by choice. This is like there's transformations happening. You're coming into 2020 with a fresh slate, but make sure you allow it to be a fresh slate. Don't hold on to whatever this Death card is telling you has got to end or that you've got to let go of. Let it go, right? Don't hold on. Allow it to be a completed cycle so that you can move into the next card that came out, which is the Fool. Like 2 majors in order. This is what's supposed to happen after death is a new beginning. And you're looking like Spirit is going to be prompting you to take a leap of faith into something, to really close your eyes and jump and trust that you're going to be caught, that you're going to have a parachute that opens. You're not going to, be hurt by this. Whatever it is, you've got to let go and kind of just have that like fire in your eyes about the future. Not concerned with scorched earth. Let it be scorched. You've got the Empress here. You've got the Queen of Pentacles. You've got the 9 of Pentacles, and you've got the Hermit. So a lot of earth energy. We've got Virgo. We've got Scorpio here. I think a lot is going to be happening and culminating around Virgo and Scorpio season. So in the fall, like between September and November, a lot of this energy from this year coming up is going to culminate next September to November. So look for that. The first 7 months of the year are going to be a lot about, you know, focusing on the future with that Empress energy, nurturing the people in your life that you need to take care of, but also really looking forward, and you're sort of sitting in your Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus throne, that earth energy throne, and trusting that the messages that are coming to you are all divinely guided. The hawk there's a lot of messages coming in for you. You've got the hawk on her antler there. You've got the dove representing the spirit there, and the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of energy coming in. And then look, after the Hermit energy comes in, you're sending the messages back out. So there's a lot of things coming in to sort of guide you, help you, empower you to do whatever it is you're doing in business, I think is a lot of this. But it's also going to be allowing you to clearly see your there's some things that you haven't been certain how you felt about them in your heart, like what you really wanted. And there's an enchantment of magic that's coming, because you got Archangel Michael and the energy of enchantment with that big unicorn there. That's your guidance. So there's definitely an energy of like magic and stardust and pixie dust of you coming into this power that maybe you didn't even realize how strong it was. I think you've always known you had it and your intuition is strong. But this year, between January and September, culminating around September, you're going to really start to cruise control and glide into November. The next year is going to be the most epic year of your life, I think, to date. I really do. And that's saying a lot.
Awesome. No, that's awesome. So
to get some more water. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, go ahead. So for your Leo sun, this means that the whole Capricorn thing happening of January of 2020 is happening in your 6th house of Be Here Now. And look at the card that you got, Here and Now. This is saying you need like be here now. Yeah, right? Like focus your energy and focus on the right now. There's also, for Libra, it means it's happening in your 4th house. For your Libra rising, it's happening in your 4th house of the home. So that means major shifts in the home. That means that the old structures are dying when it comes to your home life. And there's a whole new structure being built for you in your home, in your place of the home. And time to go. Like, pack your bags and go, because it's time to go. And I don't know what that means exactly, if it means like go take a trip or something, or like if literally like travel or something like that. But it's definitely time for you to move on. That's the energy I'm feeling.
Don't you feel like it's like, don't be afraid to embrace the changes, even though they may be tough? And
totally.
Right.
You also get the Peace card, the Thinker, and also Poised. All these 3 cards, you know, Peace, it's like when you said you're sending the message, you were pulling out the Hermit card, and it had that bird flying out. The message to me is this bird right here too. It's the message of peace. Like,
so many messengers
in your life.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so I think the overarching theme is that abundance will come to you massively if you stay in the present, if you understand the changes that are going to happen, and if you understand that it's time to go. Like, it's over and it's time to go. And I think that
I agree. And like, don't be afraid. Welcome those things.
2020 is going to be an amazing year for everyone, because it's going to be a year of manifesting our dreams, of literally building the reality that we've been wanting. Greenie, I made a video about Jupiter and Capricorn. You should go watch that one, because that one gives you all the details about what that means for us. But there's major events. 2020 is also the year we're officially moving into the age of Aquarius. So there's a powerful transition going on, major, like from the universe. This is like, you know, everyone's been waiting for this. And you guys, if you like meditating, then you should meditate every day. Like, don't force yourself to meditate if you don't like meditating. Right. Shannon says, wow. And you guys know the animals have been talking to me. The animals.
For sure.
Yeah.
I want to add one thing for you.
Yeah.
This
is
card,
that the star?
It's the Empress. But what's beautiful about the Empress card for you, Shannon, is remember in the vice versa deck, Jai, the majors have two within one usually. Like this, the major is the Empress, but there's going to be a hint of another major arcana that's sort of connected to it. So the star, and also look at the star is surrounded in green. So I would say you're definitely being called to connect to Archangel Raphael, and there's a lot of heart healing that's taking place for you as you embrace that transformative energy that Jai was talking about. So don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. The letting go, that death energy is actually going to be so healing for your heart that it's going to be the thing that really allows you to be like, that's your superpower. The healing of your heart chakra is going to be superpower for you. It's going to make you, Wonder Woman.
I
Shannon.
love it.
Me too.
Yeah,
God, my nose, I need a tissue.
So I just asked Darcy in the chat if she's in here, but if she's not, we can always do her reading when next time we go live together. We should probably go live next week too.
Definitely.
Go live on your channel or something like that next week.
Yeah, we really need to get, now that our class is done, the
back on track.
We really need to get in the habit of doing
let's do it at least like once a week. Sounds good to me. So next week, you guys, I forgot to make this announcement earlier, but next week, I'm bringing back Conversations with Spirit.
Nice.
And I'm going to interview my friend Lindsay Paul, who lives in Seattle. And she's an amazing psychic medium. She's on Periscope. I don't know if you guys know her. We're going to talk about being psychic and what that means. And then on Wednesday evening, we'll go live also with her, I believe next Wednesday, and we'll do energy readings. She's really good at reading your aura and like, really, I mean, she's amazing. You can't even like say enough about how cool she is and stuff.
I love that. I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm so glad you're bringing back.
We gotta get you on that. We gotta do an interview with you and talk about all this stuff because it's fascinating when especially me and you, when we get talking, like a lot of stuff comes up. Yeah.
We should have our own talk show.
We should have our own talk show.
We really should. But I promise with Conversations with Spirit, I promise I won't use the F word to be the adjective for everything I talk about. Okay. That's a personal favor for you, girl. I got you, my friend. I know. I was wrong for that.
All right. Well, we love you guys. And
we love you, mean it. We love you, mean it.
Sadnam, everybody. Peace.